Okay, so I'm going to be talking about quadratics in intercept form. And here we have a happy parabola, positive. Okay, so starting with our formula, right? So we have y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. That's going to be your intercept formula. The things that we can pull from this formula are our x-intercepts, so where the parabola is going through the x-axis at those 2 points. That's going to be p0 and q0. Notice how it's minus p in the parentheses and minus q, but when we pull it out for our x-intercepts, it's positive p and positive q. And then also we can find the axis of symmetry, because we know that the center of this parabola is going to be right in the middle of our x-intercepts. So that formula is p plus q divided by 2 is equal to x. Okay, so starting with this equation, actually I'm going to keep that stuff there so we can refer to it. Alright, so looking at our equation, we have a is 2, our p and our q. So what I can pull from this are our x-intercepts. So I'm just going to write x-intercepts are going to be p, which is 4, so I do the opposite, negative 4, 0, and q, which is minus 2, so that's going to be a positive 2, 0. Next, I'm going to find my axis of symmetry using this formula. So I'm going to use the same p and q that I used for my x-intercepts to plug into my axis of symmetry. So that's going to be AOS is x equals negative 4 plus 2 divided by 2. So that is going to equal negative 2 over 2, which is equal to negative 1. Okay, so now when it comes to finding our 4 symmetrical points, we already have 2. Right? We have negative 4, 0, 2, 0, so that's right here. So those 2 are symmetrical points. We only need to show the work to find one other point and its symmetrical buddy, and also the vertex, because we only know the axis of symmetry. So I'm going to make an x and y chart. My vertex, the x value, is going to be negative 1. And I'm going to plug negative 1 into the original equation for x to find out what my y value will be. So this will be 2 times negative 1 plus 4 times negative 1 minus 2, which is equal to 2. Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. Negative 1 minus 2 is going to be a negative 3. 2 times 3 is 6, times negative 3 is negative 18. Okay, so that's my y value, my x value, and I'm going to be sure to label that as my vertex. So I found my vertex, and now I'm going to go forward a number and backwards a number. So negative 1 plus 1 is going to be 0. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. And I only need to show work for one other point here, because we can use the graph, or actually our y value here is going to be the same as over here, because we are 1, we only shifted 1 down and shifted 1 up, so it's going to be symmetrical. So plugging 0 in, we're going to have 2, 0 plus 4, and 0 minus 2. So that will leave us with 2 times 4 times negative 2. And then order of operations, you have to work left to right with your multiplication here. 2 times 4 is 8, times negative 2 is negative 16. And then since this is negative 16, this will also be negative 16. And that's going to be all the work that you need to show. Also, we also want to notice that our A value is equal to 2. So A is equal to 2. So that graph is going to be opening upwards. So that's what I mean by opening upwards, because it's positive, so it's happy, right? So from there, all you have to do is draw your graph and plug in these points when you go to draw it.